Hi, I'm Danny Knightmare.
And I'm MonsterFace.
And we're Horror Addicts. And it's Halloween! And we're feeling a little retro, as you can tell, so let's go all the way back to 1987 for WNUF's Halloween Special.
Wait, are we really gonna go back in time?
Well, through the miracle of VHS, we certainly are. So grab yourself some roasted pumpkin seeds. It's going to be a fun trip.
Hey, I want some of those pumpkin seeds.
So the WNUF Halloween Special is a news broadcast that did something a little special with their little news hour block.
Tonight is Halloween.
That was recorded onto a VHS. And this takes found footage to the next level because not only is it found footage, but it's through the point of view of someone watching found footage. You get to see the person fast forwarding. Oh, did you think that was me?
Stop! Think! There's nothing sexy about STDs.
So I knew this was a horror movie of some sort. I just thought maybe it was going to be like that British broadcast, Ghost Watch. I got so enthralled that I almost forgot I was watching a horror movie and thought that this was just footage from the 80s. This actually came out in 2013, and I didn't know that at the time. I was really pleased because even though the commercials are funny, they're very subtle about it. They do seem like, for the most part, that they feel like real commercials.
Tuesday at the River Hill Fair.
Like, I was just kind of laughing going, 80s.
Pray that no one leaves the place dying.
But then I was like, wait a minute, these aren't real.
I really like the tampon commercial.
That's your tampon, isn't it?
How did you know?
Here, try this.
So it was written and directed by Chris LaMartina. Now, there's a whole bunch of other people listed because he's not the only person who directed this and wrote it, but he's the one who mostly wrangled it all together. It's his project, his baby. Some of the news segments and the commercials were written and directed by other people. He's just the one who put it all together, so he gets the most credit.
Surely it was a team effort.
Now, mostly it's strung together by a couple of anchors.
With your hosts, Gavin Gordon and Deborah Merritt.
They kind of push things along, but you know, they talk about the news, they play some skits. There's like a dentist who like hates candy.
Halloween is a dentist's worst nightmare.
So he wants to like buy the candy for $1 like the next day just because it's ruining teeth. Now, the funny thing about that, we always hear stories about razor blades and stuff, which never actually happened. However, there is actual documentation about a dentist who did put laxatives in candy one time for Halloween.
Are you shitting me? That's hilarious.
There's also like your standard safety tips on how to go trick-or-treating, and a story of woe as you find out that there was a kid who was shot on Halloween because he was dressed like a soldier and he was Asian.
Regis mistook the child for a Vietnamese soldier.
Yeah, now he's on death row.
Then you got like some religious nuts.
Goblins and heathens are united to praise the Prince of Darkness.
Screw you, Angela! Crazy Bible thumper. She needs to get laid, if you ask me.
Angela Harris. Not the Angela. We love her. They're calling in, you know, saying how it's evil, Halloween's evil, and anybody who celebrates it's gonna go to hell and die.
Game over. Playing with drugs is playing with death.
There is some gold in this video.
Toppings.
We've got it all. Pizza and video games.
Dude, we should definitely hit up that pizza arcade after this.
We're there, dude.
But mainly what the WNUF Halloween Special is hyping up is that they're going to have their field reporter, Frank Stewart, played by Paul you know what? I can't say that last name. It's right there. Read it yourself. He's gonna be doing a seance in the infamous Weber house where this man killed his family and hid the bodies in the basement.
Police dubbed the Spirit Board murders.
Man, I enjoy those people standing outside with him.
Yeah, they're acting a lot like a real crowd, which is funny because that means they're doing a great job of acting like they're not acting. And they really look like an old 80s crowd too, because different crowds in different situations act differently, but they have nailed it. No notes. And Frank Stewart is so checked out, he's just fed up with their shit. These people just annoy him, and I love his reactions to all of them.
Do you believe it? Try to focus here. Do you believe in ghosts?
He is amazing in this movie.
He was in Witch's Brew and Call Girl of Cthulhu.
We're gonna talk.
This is blasphemy!
Hey, what the hell?
Going to hell!
Who the hell let this guy on the site?
Seriously, a prayer chain? Get a job, you hippies. This is starting to make me sound like I'm pretty anti-religious, and I am.
And they're about to go into the house, and Frank's attacked. Oh wait, that's just his producer.
Very funny.
Trick or treat, Frank.
Veronica Stanzi.
I like her.
Okay, it's time for them to go into the house now, but they're joined by... Now this is one of the kicker too. I'm not a big fan of The Conjuring.
Yeah, I'm not a fan of the Warrens. They're a little too preachy for my tastes.
It sucks because those Conjuring movies really paint them in such a positive light. That's not how they were. Because in real life, the Warrens were shysters. Complete hustlers. They shook down people all the time, and they were proven wrong. Amityville, completely proven wrong. They looked like idiots after that whole thing. Now this movie comes through with Dr. Lewis and Claire Berger.
They have different names, but they are the real-life Warrens spot on.
They're obnoxious. They got a pet cat. She's flighty and vague and full of shit, while her husband is an asshole. And that's exactly how the Warrens were. Pushy jerks. So they finally go inside the house, and the Bergers have no real answer, but they do the whole ghost hunting shtick.
It'll take a minute.
It'll take a minute?
It takes a minute.
Well, give us your initial impressions.
Frank Stewart is so down their throat, trying to get the ratings. It's funny. Shadow the Cat ran away from the Bergers. Good for him. They suck. They even bring in Father Joseph Matheson. He's trained to exercise. But you can clearly tell he doesn't want to do that. Well, Frank Stewart is like, we gotta do an exorcism. But the church probably won't allow that. They never usually grant these things, right?
Screw the church.
Now, anything that happens in the house is a bit spoilery, so we'll get to that in a second. But for now, I'm gonna have to say you should own it, if you can. Or at least see it. But it's getting harder and harder to find. I saw it on Shudder, but it's no longer there. Hopefully it comes back. Unless you recorded yourself a copy on a blank VHS like I did, it might be hard for you to find. I know there's some DVDs and Blu-rays that are on sale, special edition. Get them before they're too expensive or impossible to find. Here's a link to take you to an awesome Blu-ray that has a slipcover that is for sale currently right now for a very affordable price of only $25. However, I don't think it's going to be lasting long, so make sure you can get it while you can. Not only does it have this badass slipcover, but look at all these special features. You got the original trailer, cutting room commercials, long lost commercials, rewinded commercials. That's 3 different batches of commercials that are hilarious and you won't see otherwise. You get some bloopers, commentary of course. You get the WNUF Christmas Special as well from the previous year apparently. Not only that, but it's also cool because this is how I found out how they made the footage look so shitty. They had the original footage, but look, they passed it through VCRs 3 different times, and it finally got all grainy and shitty like that. Anyways, click on the link and get yourself a copy while it lasts. I urge you to go out and see this movie though. It is a hidden gem. It is great, highly underrated. I don't think enough people are talking about it.
Alright, they've been warned. Now tell us what happened in the house.
Okay, well, first they have their little seance, and people are allowed to call in.
Oh my god, really? A live seance where people can call in? Man, what could possibly go wrong?
Yeah, it doesn't go well, as you would imagine.
Go ahead with your question.
Iron Maiden rules!
Then the Bergers get their equipment smashed, and they're still looking for their cat.
Yeah, the father's not looking too good right now.
I'm not going to go into too much detail right here, but it kind of implies that possibly that this VHS copy belongs to the killer themselves. And they're the ones that you've been watching it with the whole time.
Well, Christmas is right around the corner, and local food banks are...
Anyways, had a good time watching it with you. Till next time, cut.
Yeah.